Alright, what's good YouTube? So I have a idea. I should probably just not spam boost right at the start. Look at me helping out. So I was talking with some friends yesterday and I had kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of seemed like a culmination of a bunch of different ideas that kind of just came together. But I'm calling it the training wheels strategy, mostly to make fun of itself. Oh, there's just like an idle train sound from my engine. That's pretty great. Okay, so I have a few friends and like a work buddy or two that kind of want to hang out and play Rocket League, but are not quite champ yet, and that's cool. I don't mind. I have a fun time just playing Rocket League all the time, but depending on a couple different situations, it's kind of frustrating when like skill matchups are just not allowing even scoring and things like that. Like, it's okay to not win every match, like, I get it, but um, you know lose streaks aren't fun, and I don't want it to be like a daunting, we can't play together. So here's an idea, because I feel like I'm probably not alone in that situation, and Rocket League, I think, should be enjoyed by all. And so for your unranked strategies of just kind of hanging out and having a good game together, I've developed. I don't know. There's probably a better name than training wheels, but I think I think it got called that at one point. And like, so I was all right in fours. If you ever, I used to play fours a long time ago. That chaos mode that like no one plays. But that fourth guy, what do they do? We don't really understand rotations as a group anyway, so we barely know how to 3v3. What's that fourth guy do? And it's not fun to sit in goal and play goalie. Some lower ranked people will probably do that. But that fourth guy was called like the demo person, or like you just go around and disrupt everything and just kind of be like this pest that like steals all the boost and then comes around and bumps that goalie and then bumps the other goalie and then comes over here and then like you know um, and there is kind of some legitimate strategy to that. Not that maybe everyone agrees, but you can look up a channel by Rocket Sledge and things like that, and there's some good ways to make demos work in your favor. High level players, pros, are always going for bumps, like at every opportunity that it's not like messing up their whatever strategy they have going on. They're gonna demo like everyone, and like because that's an advantage. That's a power play. That's gonna throw the other team off. That really is you know a lot more valuable than some people like to admit, just because it seems a little unfair. It's not super fun, but it's a video game, and you respawn in like 2 seconds. So anyway, the training wheel strategy. So here's the thing. So picture yourself, teaming up with somebody who's higher ranked than you. If I was just like, hey, Squishy Muffins, here you go. I'm going to play against people that are just going to wreck me. They're going to be faster than me. Me and Squishy are going to, Squishy's going to have to carry a lot of the weight. Let's be real, if I team up with him. But here's how the strategy would work. So the person I'm gonna call them the weaker player for sorry. That's just kind of how we have to label things, I guess. I don't know. When you go up for rotations, you might not hit the ball quite like you want to. You got to play fast. You still want to be going for this boost, stealing the boost as much as you can. What am I focusing? Hold on. Wow. We might have to edit this a little bit, guys. Oh, okay. So if you were a team that was going up against me and Squishy Muffins as a Grand Champ, here's what you would do. And yeah. You demo Squishy Muffins, and then clear the ball toward Frosty Loopers, the weaker player, and, attack and overwhelm that player, 2v1 that player as best you can, and score, and score, and score. And just kind of rinse and repeat. Just keep demoing Squishy, keep Squishy off the ball, and keep letting Frosty Loopers, like, goof it up, because he can't play against Grand Champs yet. So you can apply that, whatever way to, whatever situation you're in. If you're playing with somebody who's not quite at the same skill level, there's a decent gap. Here's what I think you should do. This is what I think is the best plan. That's a really long wind up. We're gonna cut some of that out probably, or maybe I'll just retake this, but who knows? Um, there's two positions. The position I generally find myself in is the anchor position that kind of sits back and focuses on shadow defense, focuses on catching the clears that the other team makes, and focuses on keeping ball possession to allow, to kind of control the game as much as you can from the backfield. Go for long shots, go for dribbles that just keep control of the ball, and, go for, try and it Rocket League is a hard thing to talk about strategy with because to apply something at different levels, you kind of have to focus on different things. So focus on what you need to focus on. But here's the general to the plan, the general idea of the plan. You focus on shadow defense. You focus on catching clears and keeping ball possession. Take the pressure off of the weaker player as best you can. So your buddy that is platinum right now, don't give him the ball over and over and over. Try and, go for your solo play as best you can and have that platinum player, pick up the pass if the shot doesn't work out, or, just make smart plays and kind of focus on your defense. I think they call that anchor in some pro teams. Wow, I'm unzipping my jacket mid-talk. What a pro YouTube channel we have right here. But if you're the weaker player, you're the plat player or whatever situation, I don't know. I don't have a good name for you, man. If you're the person with the training wheels on right now, you need to focus on rotations. So watch all those Sunless Con videos about rotations or whatever you want to do. Or whatever's, Google Rocket League rotations and whatever year you're in. Watch the most popular video. That is going to be your main thing. And so if you remember when you were bronze, or a long, long time ago, your first goal was to hit the ball, and then the focus was to hit the ball well and hit the ball, accurately. When you're playing against players that are better than you, we're back to hit the ball. But as you're missing that, it's not a big deal if you don't always get a good one, because go for that demo, steal the boost, and then come back. And the anchor player is going to make sure that you have enough time to do that, to spend a little bit more time up here being kind of a pest, like messing them up, bumping them around, just messing up their plans so that, good old, champ one anchor back here can, oh, nice bump, dude, here, I'll just pop it up and, make some sort of play out of it. That didn't look very convincing that I could do that, but that's the idea is, I'll just take a PUD shot at the net right as you're bumping them, and, it'll just drift in at 40 kilometers or whatever, and that'll work out. So you focus on forechecking. That's a hockey term, but Rocket League is a lot like hockey. Google Rocket League forechecking, but going for the boost and then rotating around, hitting the goalie, and then coming back, grabbing another boost, or sometimes grabbing both of those far corner boosts from your opponent, can create some stellar freaking opportunities. That make it really easy for me to just 1v1 the other person. Or, for Squishy Muffins to just dip around and destroy that other guy. Because you created that opportunity for him. If you make it a 2v1 for Squishy Muffins over and over, it's going to be tough. And let's be real, you just kind of... I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is still an adaptable plan a little bit if you're the weaker player, but you're still really good at defense for whatever reason. You can kind of switch up the roles a little bit or rotate kind of back in this midfield and do kind of some turtling long shots. There's a lot of cool strategies you can do. I definitely don't want people to shy away from playing together just because they're, at a different skill rank. This is how you get better. Like, you're going to get way better, way faster by playing with people faster than you and better than you and seeing how they do it. And things that work against bronze players aren't necessarily useful sometimes to learn, so skip it if you have that opportunity or you have a friend that's willing to hang out and doesn't care, or, that's what this game's about. I don't know. There's going to be, I don't know. That's kind of awesome. Other things. We're going to have to shorten this video. What are we at? 9 minutes? Yeah. Oh man, we're gonna have to shorten this video just a little bit. But the other thing to keep track of, so when you're in that anchor position, and just actually both of you need to focus. So communication is always a good thing. Communication is just always. But because there's kind of a little bit of a riskier, you're playing up here, stealing boost and forechecking, and you don't want to look back and see the other team just dipping it into your goal because they bumped squishy muffins or whatever, right? So you got to communicate and make sure that no one's doing that, and blah blah. Brain work. Okay. The point of this is, if I'm stealing the boost from the other player, from the other team, or demoing them, you're trying to spot out, hey, so-and-so's out of boost for sure. They're not going to be able to make that save. Just put it in, and shorthand that shorter and shorter and shorter to so-and-so's out, or, that guy's messed up. I pushed him into the goal, go for it, However it, works out between you two, that's kind of fun. That's kind of interesting. I like that Rocket League doesn't have these plays set in stone where, in soccer right now, I'm sure there's just an official term for like 40% of what I just said or 80% of what I just said. But honestly, I don't know. There's a bunch of goofy names and different things that my friends used to like call stuff out as we were like trying to figure this out. And that stuff doesn't happen. You don't learn things like that, or you don't figure out the game quite that way unless you play weird strategies and with different people of different skill levels. So I don't know. I want to encourage everyone to do that. Maybe give this a try. Let me know in the comments if that works out, if that makes any sense. I would, I'm going to try and revise this. Maybe I'll put out a video of us doing this more in practice. I want to definitely show that. But here's at least a somewhat shorthand explanation of it. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you. This has been a lot of fun and probably not very fun to watch. Maybe I will dub in something else. But thanks. Bye.